my own hometown. Stranger.
Hey folks, just grinding the grain up for today's brew. Actually it's the day before. Just getting prepped up, so this is what I mill my grain on. Just a little Corona mill. It was nice and cheap. I think I paid about, at the time I think I paid about $70 for it on eBay. You can pick them up for $50 delivered sometimes. And at the time it was a cheap option. You're finding now there's a lot of Malt Master or Malt Muncher or somebody. There's mills getting around now for, you know, you pick them up for $100, $110 delivered, $120 even with a hopper. Yeah, had I been able to get those when I bought this, I would have jumped all over it. But I got this, does the job. So I'm grinding the, or milling up the Marisota as my base malt, and as always the specialty malts are already pre-milled from the local home brewer, local country brewer. So just getting myself organised. We'll come back next shot and we'll be getting the brew on. Okay, so we've milled our Marisota. Now I'm weighing up the specialty grains. So we've got, well, originally I wanted caramel, but I couldn't get caramel. I went down to the brew shop this afternoon, and caramel's about the only bloody cara he doesn't have. So I've made a bit of adjustment, and I've gone for a mix of Carahel and Cara Aroma, so a bit on either side, and that will get me somewhere in the same sort of region. So I'm also going for some wheat malt. Now these aren't big additions, any of these are only small, and they're mainly for colour and just for a little bit of flavour. And the wheat's just to help, just to make sure there's some head and to help with the lightness of the body, just a little bit of tartness there. A little bit of crystal pale and some chocolate. Again, as I said, it's only little amounts, so as you can see it's in the recipe up front. This is all happening the night before, getting prepped up. So I would normally do this the day I'm actually putting the brew on, but lovely wife is away for the night. She's not back until tomorrow, so I'm going to do free time. So I'm having a few beers and I'm hanging out in the brewery and getting all prepped up. Take all that, and 2 grams under what I was looking for, so I'm not too fussed about that. So I'll finish doing these, and I'll leave this ready for tomorrow, and so I can come and brew in nice and early. Righto, ready to get the mash on. Got my bucket here, my grains that were milled last night. The trusty stirry spoon. So mash tun's underway. Now today we're doing a 15 litre batch. So I've got about 12.5 litres in the mash tun, and this is coming up to, it's just on 55 degrees at the moment. Pumping a nice recirculation through. So I was looking for about a 54 degree mash in. Then I'm going to just let this run up on the pump and recirculate and bring it up to about 65 degrees and let it sit there for about an hour, and then we're up to come to mash out. I'm going to do a bulk sparge today. I'm not going to do a fly sparge. Main reason being, as you can see, I've moved the brew rig around a little bit. I've got some new stands, and I'm trying to work with the new layout to get everything working on one level. at this point in time I'm going to need, by the looks of it, at least 2 more lengths of hose to get the connections between the ton, HLT and the boil kettle. So today's going to be a little bit fiddly to try and get back on a fly sparge. So I'm just going to do a full batch sparge today, which will be, by memory, somewhere around 15 litres. Get to about 27 all up. They're looking for 15. In the fermenter. So we just mash it in. Give us a nice mix. It's a lovely morning for brewing, so there. As always, give us a good mix, make sure there's no bag balls and nonsense. So, as I said, just under 12.5 litres in here. 3 grams per kilo, 3 litres of water per kilo of grain. That's industry accepted mashing consistency and thickness. But again, it's not something you need to do. It's not like you have to do those numbers. That's pretty much what's accepted as the standard amount. Yeah, if you're doing brewing a bag as an example, or even I could even do a full volume recirculation on this system when I've done it before. You don't need to do the free, but this is accepted as the most effective way, and then use to get your conversions and whatnot, and then use your sparge to drain the bulk of this. Okay, so that's in. Let's do a quick test on that tab. It's not really going to matter, so I'm going to ramp this up straight away anyway. But just for numbers and for the sake of keeping the accurate record of what's happened, and yeah, that's sitting pretty much around that 53.5, 54 degrees. So I'm very happy with that. That's what we're after. Someone sent me a message, might be my wife, saying good morning. Okay, so I will change set the temperature to bring it up to 65. That's done. Alright, and we'll just let that run and do its thing. Keep an eye on it, as I said, get the timer on it, and we'll be back here and we'll have a look when we get the sparge happening. Righto, so let's talk hops for this golden ale. Now, we're using Topaz for bittering, just for something a little bit different. I haven't got anything really specific in there to bitter with. Well, something's not going to really impact too much, but the Topaz will leave a little bit of earth in there, gives a little bit of fruit. It'll go alright. So this batch I've got about 7 grams of Topaz for our bittering at 60 minutes. Now I'm going for Centennial at 10 minutes as our flavour hop. I'm going to be using, I've got some hop hash left over in the fridge, so I'm going to use that. Now I've calculated 24 grams of Centennial using pellets. Yeah, I'm going to use half of that. I'm going to go for 12 grams of the hop hash. I think that's going to work. I'm just going to be pretty much looking at it. What I've got here. Yep, it is. Well, that's convenient. I got a little bit more Centennial in the freezer, probably only about another 10 grams. So that'll work nicely. I'm going to get rid of that hop hash. So that'll go in at 10 minutes left of the boil. And our final addition, our mainly an aroma addition, a little bit of flavour. 2 minutes left of the boil. I'm going to throw in 10 grams of Simcoe, just to finish him off. And so all up we're looking at about 38 IBUs. And lovely. So there's our hops ready to go. The bags there, I'll vacuum seal those so they keep them nice and fresh. And we'll be back when it's time to actually put them in the boil. Right, so we've stepped up through our 72 rest, and that 72 rest, that's a good point for a little bit of head retention. So that's a good point. So we're now sitting at 75. Shut off pump, close down all taps, and I'll let that sit just for 10 minutes, and then we'll drain that to the kettle and get the boil happening. Right, so we've come to a boil, and first hop addition straight in. Not going to bother use the bags, only 40 grams of hops in the batch, so you're all good. We end up with about 21.5 litres in the pot, which is about 0.7 over what I was expecting, so that's all good. So let that boil for 50 minutes, then we'll come back and put our next lot in. Right, we're 50 minutes in the boil. So in goes the Centennial. Now, 5 minutes ago, I dropped in the immersion chiller, so it's sanitising, and half a tablet of well flock, which will help in the whirlpool. We'll be dropping the proteins out, make it a little bit clearer going into the fermenter. We'll do that 10 minutes, and then we'll do our final hops and get the cooler running. Okay, so boil's finished, we're all shut down, chiller's running. Got a nice leak. Luckily, it's not in the pot. So it's something to leave a little bit of attention before the next brew. It's not a biggie, it's not leaving in the pot, so that's the main thing. So let this run now. It'll take about 25-30 minutes to get down to temp, then we'll whirlpool. Well, let it settle, at the very least, and transfer to the fermenter. Righto folks, we've cooled, we've whirlpooled, and we're ready to transfer to the fermenter. Clear. Done a hydro sample. We've come up at 1048. We weren't looking for 1049, so we've gone pretty close there. Oh, just thought that tap was open. That could have been messy. Right, so let they come in, we'll get a bit of air in there while we're going. I'll get a spoon on that, give it a good thrash around. This will go into the fridge, which is currently sitting on 18 degrees. It's got the crafted brew pale ale sitting in there at the moment, so this will go in there as well. It's sitting at the moment on about 22 degrees, so let it come down the last couple of degrees over the next sort of 3 or 4 hours, and then I'll pitch my European ale starter on there, which is sitting inside, just going through the last of its growth phase, so it'll be ready to go on early this evening. So we'll come back and have a look at that when it's done. But as for now, we'll leave this go. Righto folks, we're up to getting the yeast onto this brew. It's the starter there. I shut this off about probably an hour and a half ago. It's still active. It's not as highly active as it was, but it is still active. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to drain off the excess liquid off the top. I've got enough yeast there on the bottom. It's not a massive amount, but consider I've only got a smaller batch, and then we ended up with 12 litres. So I'm going to have enough here. What I need to do, so I'm going to pour off the excess liquid, or the bulk of it, because it's not going to taste the best. It's aerated and there is a bit of yeast in there, but at this point in time it's not going to overly matter. So I've kept a little bit there, kept the bulk of the yeast. What we'll do now is I'll pull up a little bit of water from the fermenter and just give that a stir, and I'll put that straight into the fermenter. It's all aerated, it's ready to go, it's sitting at temp. This was sitting inside at 22 degrees, it's 19, 18 in the fridge, so the temperature difference is within range. It's not going to cause any problems to the yeast, so I'm happy to just do a straight transfer. So I'll do that now, and get away and start brewing, hopefully pretty much straight away. And well, hopefully in about a month, 5 or 6 weeks, we'll be testing this one and see how it went. So that's it for today. That's the River of Gold Golden Ale. So if you haven't subscribed already, hit the subscribe button down there at the bottom. If you got any further questions, ask away. Or get them there and have a look at some other videos. There's plenty there to look at, plenty of things to learn and things to try. So till I'm looking at you again and we're making some beer, or we're drinking beer, or talking beer, good brewing.